Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide you with trusted information for you to use to make decisions. Now, today I want to deal with the lions and men. Now, you will ask the question, lion and men, how do those things come together to create a discussion, make a discussion, which is exactly the reason why I'm providing you with that. So you can begin to look at life to sort of see what it is. Now, a number of persons do not take nature, and I'm using the lions here as a part of that exemplar for nature, to look at how humans behave and for humans to understand what rivalry is about and how rivalry oftentimes become vicious, and during that process of viciousness that others are born and some die. And I want to take both scenarios for you to sort of look at, for you to understand clearly my perspective, and then you will begin to understand better my views on the matter. So I want to use the lions here and use that base, that premise to look at men and to see, is there any similarities between lion and men? Let's look, and I will start this intermittently to look at some key features between both groups. Let us go. Pay attention for a minute.
Predators with thunderous roars and swift, decisive strikes. Mighty warriors safeguarding the ecological balance of the African grasslands. The true rulers of the untamed savanna, Lion King. The throne of the savanna is never easily claimed. The victor earns territory, a pride of lionesses, and the right to pass on his legacy. The defeated wander aimlessly, or may even lose everything.
Now, do you understand this phenomenon that is actually being displayed in front of your very eyes? One need to understand clearly in the lion kingdom, in nature, whenever there is fight between males, the victor gets all the spoils. Is that any different from in the human kingdom? So one we need to understand clearly, whenever a male try to dominate another male, it is normally, listen carefully, it is normally to get the prize of the highest woman. Now you can understand why when a woman goes to the high prize man, or the man who is valued in her eyes, why this can actually cause conflict between men and spiral into death. Because what happens here is that the man who loses, pride is taken away, authority is taken away, power is taken away, perception is taken away. And this is a fundamental part of the reason why a number of men are willing to kill other men and kill women for hurting their pride, having lost in that battle of her. Because when the lions fight, it is not merely to fight, when they fight among themselves, in the sense lion against lion, it is normally for a prize. And that prize is one, the female, and two, to create a legacy, which means he's going to actually what? Leave children behind. And they know that. Men likewise understand this because it is something which is biological. It is something which is nature. And therefore, the man is looking for the ideal female to leave his legacy. When another man hurts him, which means another man becomes the father of his alleged children, you understand how the pride of that man is hurt. I want you to think for a second. Do you understand the pride of a man and how that is wounded by a woman giving him paternity for somebody's child? Because fundamentally, the man wants to leave that legacy behind. And if he wants to leave that legacy behind, for him, it is pride. So when a woman gives a man a child which is not his, which is labeled as paternity fraud, now you understand why the man is easily wanting to kill the woman and possibly to destroy the other man. Because it's a fight, a natural fight for legacy. And because a natural fight for legacy, men are willing to kill each other and to kill the woman in the process. We, a number of persons do not seem to understand it is not merely paternity fraud, it's a matter of wounding the legacy of a male. It's wounding the pride of the male. It is destroying all that is internally biological, natural for a man to leave a legacy. When he's given paternity fraud, understand how he feels and why he's able to destroy and wanting to destroy many in his take. Let's continue because I want to sort of look and understand the similarities between lion and men. Because a number of persons are not really understanding why sometimes men kill women and why men will kill other men. It's pride, it is legacy, it is getting the best spoils from the victor being where he is. Let's continue.
Welcome to Lion King, The Secrets of the Rulers. The African savanna burns under the blistering sun. In the distance, a roar echoes across the vast, withered grasslands. It's more than just a sound of strength. It's a challenge. An unforgiving battle is about to begin. In the world of lions, power is never given. It's seized with razor-sharp claws and lethal bites. Young male lions, cast out from their pride, roam the harsh lands, waiting for their moment. They form coalitions, focusing on large prides ruled by aging males. The battle erupts in an instant. Thunderous roars announce the clash. Sharp claws slash, powerful bites aim straight for the neck. Thick manes serve as armor, but offer little protection against the fury of a challenger. In this world, only the strongest earn the right to continue the story. Under the vast blue sky of the African savanna, the first rays of morning sunlight gently blanket the endless grasslands. Soft breezes sweep through the golden fields, where herds of wildebeest, zebras, and buffalo graze peacefully. But this land is far from serene. This is the kingdom of predators.
I want to stop here for you to understand clearly a similarity between the nature lion kingdom and that of men. The world that we are living in is a vicious one in the sense that one must fight continuously to exert dominance, to display power or authority, because it's a part of your nature. And because it's a part of your nature, people do not seem to understand that the world does not offer you things. It's something you have to take, which is a part of the reason why a number of men When they do, it creates a problem for society because sometimes they take things in a vicious way, as in the lower animal kingdom, and then they are destroyed because the society is structured in a way where those persons who are taken from you use subtlety to do it. And when you do it in a vicious way, you're incarcerated because that's how they structure things. So there's one group of persons subtly take things, and another group viciously take things. And it is a victor that gets all the spoils. It's a victor that gets the goods. It's a victor that gets the wealth. It's a victor that gets the accolades from this battle of supremacy, this battle to call the dominant, this battle to be called the victor. No one gives you anything in this life. It's something that you have to take. But how do you take it? Do you want to take it like the lower animals? Because if you take it like the lower animals, the structure of this world will actually what? Incarcerate you, which is what has been happening for years, decades, centuries, for men who viciously take things, compared to those who use subtlety to take things. Now, women understand this clearly. And because they understand this clearly, what they use is subtlety on men, many times to destroy them. And a number of men are not seeming to understand that this game called life that you are playing is a game that you are playing. You need to understand it before you are incarcerated or before you are imprisoned by your very nature, your very mind. A number of persons do not seem to understand that this is a vicious cycle, a vicious world in which you need to understand its complexity before you begin to fight. You realize clearly here that the narrator in this video spoke and said that the lions sometimes form alliances to accomplish their objectives. Something that many men need to understand. If you intend to create a particular frame, a particular structure, and wanting to get a particular thing, is the best way to do it alone, or is the best way to form an alliance and understand the process? The lions understand the process by nature, and therefore they fight within a context. A number of us who are men who are fighting on the premise of ignorance, fighting on the premise of singleness and loneliness, fighting on the premise of soulness, those features will not get you where you want to go or not get you what you want. Those are features for destruction. Let's continue.
And reigning at the top is the lion, the most powerful ruler of the savannah. More than just an apex predator, the lion is an eternal symbol of strength and authority. Its journey of evolution and survival is intertwined with every breath of the harsh and unforgiving savannah. Around 2 million years ago, the earliest ancestors of lions first appeared. The oldest fossils of the Panthera genus were discovered in the Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania, dating back between 1.4 and 1.2 million years ago. From Africa, they began an expansive journey, spreading across Asia and Europe. During the Pleistocene epoch, lions didn't just roam sub-Saharan Africa. They once dominated vast regions stretching from Europe and the Middle East to North America. Their footprints marked the icy plains of Europe and the arid deserts of the Middle East. But the world is ever-changing. Severe climate shifts and the gradual loss of natural habitats took their toll. The rise of humans and relentless hunting further drove lions from lands they once ruled. Once mighty prides vanished, leaving only scattered groups across the African grasslands. Today, lions primarily exist in sub-Saharan Africa, with an estimated 30,000 individuals remaining in the wild.
No, it is difficult for me sometimes to even get into some discussion to let persons out to understand the complex nature of what is and how things are unfolding. Because some persons do not seem to understand that what you are seeing is more complex than what you think. No, you realize with nature is telling you that there has been an evolution, there has been a shift in things. And because there has been a shift in things, a number of us, and when I say us here, I'm talking about men, a number of men have been lost in this process. A shifting has occurred in our nature, in our habitat of how we rule, how we look at things. Currently, men do not understand, do not see it. Many of them will be destroyed. What we are doing, we are eroding the fabric of the rulership of men. We are eroding some of the very essence that constitute traditional men. So that we do want to look at. It's happening in the animal land kingdom. It is happening in the men kingdom. And we are not seeming to get it. We are not paying attention to understand it. What do you have to say about what I'm forward? I want you to continue watching the video. But my take is for you to begin to understand and look at nature and try to see where you fit in this nature and be a better person. I'm saying to all those men who are out there, first, before you begin a process of quest, of search to accomplish your dreams, is to understand who you are and the space you operate. Next is to form coalition with people who have similar mindset. The other thing is to understand all the legal implications of decisions you take. And the next thing is to actually go for your prey within the context of that knowledge. What has been happening for years is men have been moving solely on instinct, a number of men. And because they are moving socially on nature, natural instinct, when the society is not structured only based on natural instinct, those men are going to be incarcerated, either physically, spiritually, or emotionally, because they do not understand the current reality of the world that they are living in. Yes, I understand that you're going to have to fight for the best woman. Understand you're going to have to leave a legacy in terms of your children. Understand the level of frustration that you feel whenever you what are given a child is not yours. I understand that. And because I understand that, I know the world that we are living in, I'm saying to you, men, wake up and begin to do a research to understand what is. And then you plant your feet on what is to accomplish what you want. Fighting in a game that you don't understand the rules is the first sign of losing. This is exactly why a number of you have been losing. Because you are fighting a game to which you do not understand the rules. Look at the animal kingdom. Look at lions, view the lions, and view how they do things and how they understand what they ought to do and when they ought to do it. And they also understand that there are times you need to give up. And there are times when your day has come that you need to move away from everything and die a slow death. The animal kingdom has that. The human kingdom is no different, except that many of you don't understand the social aspect to the human kingdom. That's why you're going to be dying every day without understanding why you're dying. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide with trusted information for you to use to make decisions. What are your thoughts? Let me hear them.